Well, good morning. We're here for our weekly Marion County Board of Commissioners meeting. It is Wednesday. According to the trainer, it was Tuesday. It's Wednesday, October 20th, 2021. It's 9 o'clock. We're here in the Senator Hearing Room at 555 Court Street. As always, we start with the Pledge of Allegiance, if you'll join us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. First item on the agenda is public comment, and Noni is signed up again, so we can move on. Nobody is signed up. We can move on to our consent calendar.
All right, Mr. Chair, I move to approve the consent calendar. Item number 1 under Board of Commissioners OLCC application for Half Pint Brothers LLC DBA Half Pint Brothers at the historic Butteville store in Aurora. Item 2 under the clerk's office, approve an order appointing Bob Riggy as chairperson and Jennifer Sasakai as vice chairperson to the chairperson's pool, and Gerald Bauman, Jack Yarborough, and Micah Moskowitz to the non-office holding pool for the Marion County Board of Property Tax Appeals, with terms beginning November 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2022. And item number 3 under finance, approve a quitclaim deed transferring property tax ID number R59026 from Marion County to grantees Shane Sumption and Lisa Van Lannen. Item number 4 under public works, receive notice of hearings officer's decision recommending approval for zone change comprehensive plan amendment ZCCP case number 21-004 Anthony Arnatov, and schedule a public hearing for November 10th, 2021.
I'll second the motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Before we get into our action items today, I just want to go back to last week. There was a contract that we changed the terms of the contract, but I brought up the issue that that contract was not signed by the board. It had NA, and it was signed by our former chief administrative officer. And I want to thank legal counsel. Jane went back, and we discovered that there was a board order that the commissioners approved on September, I don't know what the date was, September 16th of that year.
Probably 2016, I think, is the contract.
Oh yeah, it was that's what, September 23rd of 2016, and it gave the authority to the chief administrative officer to sign the contracts and documents, amendments, and notices relating to that particular high-speed ballot envelope sorter system. So it was done appropriately. I just wanted to make that announcement in case anybody was concerned about that, as we were. And the other thing is there's a breakfast going on. The board's office is putting on a breakfast in the commissioner's boardroom for United Way, to raise money for United Way. I was almost late getting down here because the biscuits and gravy were so good. Christy made homemade biscuits and sausage gravy. She put 4 pounds of sausage in the gravy.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a meal just to go up there. So I want to encourage anybody that wants to support United Way and their waistline to go upstairs and have some breakfast. They're going to be there till 10 o'clock, so hopefully we'll get done and I can go eat more. And I left my hot sauce up there too from Belize, so if anybody wants that. Okay, so we'll get into our first action item. It looks like our juvenile director is telling me to be quiet, and let's get to action. Consider approval of incoming funds and grant agreement with the Oregon Department of Education in the amount of $463,417 to provide juvenile crime prevention funding for programs to reduce crime in Marion County communities retroactive to July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2023. Troy, welcome.
Good morning. For the record, Troy Gregg, Marion County Juvenile Director. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm looking forward to my scale weighing 4 pounds heavier tomorrow after I have some sausage. Sounds good. Yeah, here for the grant that we get through the YDD. This one specifically supports our FSP, our Family Support Program. If you're not familiar with the program, the Family Support Program is two they're identified kind of as family support officers roll through there, one bilingual, that this is a early intervention program, the only true early intervention program that we have. So this is working with kids prior to coming into the system. We get referrals all over the place from school, police departments, could be neighbors, could be just family members calling in because they're really struggling with their kiddos. And so these two POs do a fantastic job of just checking, engaging, doing everything that we can to intervene with families. They work and provide counseling services, support services, family support services throughout that, give them referrals through the process as well. But just two really good staff doing great work with kids early on so that the kids don't end up getting deeper into the system. And so it's not necessarily everything that we're designed to do as a juvenile department, but it's one of the most important things that we do in trying to do early intervention so that we don't get kids getting deeper into the system. And so that is the request. Is there any questions or anything else that I can bring joy to your minds to today?
How many kiddos a year does it serve, the program?
Because the number, it's about 50, a little bit over 50 kids and families. We also are able to, in that process, if there's multiple kids in the household, able to intervene on that point in time because it's not focused on the kid, it's really focused on the parents and families and offering them the support that they need. And we get a lot of calls around those things is that, parents are just exacerbated about what to do. Their kid's out of control, how do we get help? And no, we don't want them to get picked up by the police to come in and see us. And so that's that opportunity there. So we're about 50, and a lot of times, prior to COVID years, numbers obviously dropped a little bit with referrals with COVID going around, but in previous years there was a nice waiting list as well in trying to reach out to those families. But we're about 50.
Are there any barriers that the program currently experiences that the community could work to overcome?
And I'll continually kind of say this, and you'll hear it from me, it's about resources in the community and family having access to those resources. And so we're able to intervene a little bit. I've done some conversations with some of my colleagues about the importance of having a navigator out there to help families find the resources that they need, because there are a lot of resources in the community. Sometimes they're really just hard to kind of track down and get to. And
Yeah.
so what our staff end up doing is being a little bit of that navigator for folks that are really struggling and finding those resources to it. So it is about getting the families to the right resources at the right time. And so if anything, that's what we run into. And there needs to be more resources for families out there in the communities, especially, impoverished communities and those that need different supports.
I think it's, I honestly just learned about this program this last week because it's coming here today. And I've been thinking about it because there's been a lot of conversation in the community about school resource officers. And I think it's definitely been noted that since Salem-Keizer Public Schools removed school resource officers, what touch points are students going to have in a positive way to be able to connect to resources? And the burden really falls on the schools too often. So I'm disappointed in Salem-Keizer for removing that opportunity. But I know up in Woodburn, they promoted and supported SROs, and I'm curious if you have data, and this, you don't have to answer it today, but what did that referral process look like, and what was the success rate of those youth that were referred in by an SRO throughout Marion County in preventing kids to continue into the criminal justice system? Because I think one of the misconceptions in the community that's by and far is that school resource officers are first cops. But in fact, in Marion County, they're not. We have data to prove that. And how do we bolster those connections of resources like this and others to help really support those positions in schools and not the START community? Because I personally think that they're very valuable, but I also understand the narrative that they're scary. And so how do we move forward in a community that understands both components, with the outcome really coming from the juvenile department saying, this was really successful for us, and this kid's lifetime or this family's lifetime impact is really positive. So in short, if you have data to kind of move around maybe in the recent past or going forward, I'd be really interested in what that looks like on how those kiddos come in and what those initial touch points look like.
Yeah, I'll tap our research and data unit and see what we've got for it. I would
You pull that mic.
I would be surprised that we don't have some of that data for historical stuff, and so I'll have my team pull together and see what we can come up with.
Okay,
and
that'd
get
be
some
great.
information.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Troy.
absolutely.
Okay, any questions?
Cole, anything?
Good job, Troy.
Oh, thanks.
Just keep making the world a better place.
I think he should have to run by and give us high fives every time he comes in here and asks for money.
Don't tempt him. He will. Don't encourage
I mean,
him.
it's up to you guys. Fist bumps, is that better?
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right,
My
if you're
motion,
ready,
Joe?
Commissioner, sure.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the incoming funds grant agreement with the Oregon Department of Education in the amount of $463,417 to provide juvenile crime prevention funding for programs to reduce crime in Marion County communities, retroactive from July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2023.
I second the motion.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Thanks, Troy.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, our next item under Public Works, consider approval of an order appointing Brian Sund as Vice Chair of the Solid Waste Management Advisory Council, known as SWAMAC, for the term ending April 30th, 2022. Brian, welcome.
Good morning, Commissioners. For the record, Brian May, Environmental Services Division Manager. But before I introduce Brian, I want to give you a little background about the Solid Waste Management Advisory Council. As Commissioner mentioned, we refer to as SWAMAC. This council was established clear back in February of '89. And the purpose of this council was to make recommendations to environmental services staff, the Board of Commissioners, on those items related to solid waste, primarily those involving waste reduction, reuse, recycling, compost, and disposal. The members are appointed by the Board of Commissioners and serve 4-year terms. Our current council is comprised of 8 citizens at large positions and 8 kind of business and industry positions to try to get a good balance of the input being brought forward. Recent activities have included an update and a review of our master recycling course. So we're pretty excited about what that's going to be coming out and rolling out. We're starting a beta test this week, actually, of the new course. So we're looking forward to the new year and rolling that out kind of countywide. So good stuff coming up. Another piece is the unsheltered waste management. There's a lot of homeless activities within the county. This group has noticed and been involved in the waste side of those activities and trying to put kind of a playbook together that we can share with other jurisdictions on how to properly dispose of this material, and then also work on the front end of not generating that material. So that's kind of that SWAMAX activities that they're involved in. In addition, there was some new legislation that passed that puts some onus on extended producer responsibilities. We had DEQ come in and kind of present that kind of 5-year timeline, what that looks like, because that'll definitely involve our SWAMAC going forward and kind of activities and programs to be put forward through environmental services. And then, of course, kind of our administrative type is we're in the process of updating our handbook and our bylaws. So kind of that normal activity. We haven't reviewed and updated those since 2019. So we'll be bringing those forward probably in the next month or so for your review. So this last month, in our September 28th meeting, Council unanimously approved the appointment of Brian Sund as our Vice Chair of Council. So we're very excited to bring him forward for your approval. Brian's been serving on council since right around 2007, 2008. But I'll shut up now and let Brian tell you a little bit about himself.
Welcome, Brian.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I could go in different tacks, and I did ask
Pull that
Brenda.
pull that microphone up
Sorry.
really close to you.
I did ask Brenda how much time I had. I could take up, let's see, how many, you want to get back to that breakfast upstairs?
Oh, no. I had mine. That's, I made sure I got taken care of it. Brian,
No.
why don't you introduce yourself for the record, please?
I do.
Yeah.
Brian Sund. I live at 582 Rural Avenue South, Salem, Oregon, 97302. What else to introduce my?
That's good. That's great.
Okay, all right. I mean, I can go in many different tacks here. As Brian, and again, we've got 2 Brians, so that. But we've been able to work on that, really good so far. I've had that issue with other volunteer organizations I've been with where there have been multiple Brians concerning. let's see, I was born on, no, 1970. Junior, Churchill High School, Eugene, Oregon. The first, I don't even know if they called it Earth Day. It was in April, and that's where I got the bug, to be connected with recycling. And I remember the dumpsters, I don't even know if they called them dumpsters back then, but there were a lot of big containers that had just trash, and we brought that trash out and we sorted it out. We got the bottles, the recyclables, all that separated out. That, again, that got the bug. Came here to Salem in '71, went to school at Willamette, and got connected with some of the early things that they were doing with recycling. Moving fast forward to 1984, which was my third position as a teacher at South Salem High School, and served there for 27 years as a special educator, and started the recycling program at South. We expanded up to our boundary schools. We got up to McKinley. At the time, we were connected, to Leslie, which at that time was still a junior high, and then expanded out. And then as the county brought on and supported, I can't even remember what they were called. I went through a number of them, but the waste management coordinators for the county, with the county and the school district, and that was wonderful. And some of the people I remember, Bailey Payne was wonderful in supporting that and getting us connected with Oregon Green Schools. Kelly Cooley, Cheryl Hagseth. It was unfortunate that time of supporting that went away, because at that time, I think, again, the majority of our schools in the Salem-Keizer School District just embraced recycling, and then moving on again to the 3 R's, well, there are 4 R's of what was needed to support that. And we got the custodial crew on board, we got the cafeteria crew on board, and it was really a great comprehensive program. So, it was wonderful to be able to do that, and it was sustainable enough that when I retired in 2011, and I'm still subbing in the district, that it is still thriving. Even though there have been certain issues, but the foundation was there, and that is what makes me proud, to be, someone that I really, appreciated, the need for recycling, within our county, and then also being able to pull other people in that felt the same way. And when they embrace it and feel good about that, and know that they can do it and get the support from their administrative team, and also from the lead and from our superintendent especially, that they can move forward with that. So I've appreciated that, and as Brian said, I've been connected with Solid Waste Management Advisory Council since early 2008. I actually found in one of my 3 binders, I have binders about this big that I need to purge and recycle, but I found one from February, and that's where they said, oh yeah, okay, you'll be good, to come in here, and I appreciated that, and I've enjoyed working in volunteering with SWAMAC all this time. I do want to say, I I'm positive, I have the utmost confidence in Brian and respect for Brian. I also have the utmost confidence for Bonnie Sullivan, who has moved up, chosen to move up to chair. And we have worked, Bonnie and I have worked, well, let's see, are we the two most veteran within the council? And we've worked together a lot, and I'm looking forward to doing that. Yeah, I could go into much more, but that would be my.
So Brian, I have a question. As a master recycler, I know what the 3 R's are, but you mentioned the 4th R.
I know I did.
What's the 4th R?
Yeah.
Is there something new that I don't know about?
Oh, Brian, you may have to assist me, but I remember one time when someone was actually looking at a logo to recreate that triangle format to a 4th. And now I can't even remember what that 4th.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure that I know that you're redoing the class, and I'm thinking, I did that, 7 years ago or 6
Right.
years ago, and I know the most important R is the first R, is to reduce, because then you don't have to worry about the next two if you have to reuse it or recycle it. But I just
Exactly.
heard that 4th R, and I'm going,
Oh,
well,
sorry.
Commissioner, you have a question.
I may have to research that, and maybe I may have to retract that from the minutes.
I do, I have two. One is just a favor, when you're finished with the bylaw update, can you get it to us in plenty of time to be able to review before board session?
Definitely.
Maybe not just
Yep.
a couple of days.
Yeah, that'll actually go through legal review before we bring it forward, for sure.
Thank you. And
Yep.
then the second thing is, so Brian, you've been on the advisory council for a period of time?
Yes.
How long?
Well, since early 2008, and at one time, can't remember, it wasn't here. No, I know it wasn't here. We used to have our sessions here. We used to have our session, well, and then most recently up there, we used to have the sessions out at the Public Works area and maybe one other place, but I know for a fact I was, this was before Brian came, Jeff Bickford was in your position back then. But I remember I stepped out to go to the bathroom. It was at the top of Commercial Bank. Okay. Can't remember how many years we were there. I stepped out to go, when I came back in, they said, oh, you've been elected, appointed as president or as chair. And I said, uh-oh, that will, I'm going to learn my lesson on not leaving to use the restrooms to do that. So I did serve one time, and I can't remember, was that about
Oh, no, it's okay. Thank you.
2015,
I just,
2014?
I appreciate your service on this task, or this
Sure.
advisory council. I think it's really important. I noticed that you had 2 vacancies, and I just wanted to point them out, that you have a vacancy for the Chamber of Commerce position and also for a citizen at large. So for anyone watching today, you can reach out to our volunteer coordinator or to Brian May directly, and we can get you an application to engage.
Correct. Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Brian, for your service over the years and for stepping up again. I've had the privilege to be the liaison this year, and I know how important it is to have engaged members on that board, so
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. And I know we have our challenges in solid waste. We've had them for the last few years, last probably 7 years since I've been here, and look forward to the advice we get and the recommendations, so thank you. I'll take a motion.
All right, Mr. Chair, I move to approve an order appointing Brian Sund as Vice Chair of the Solid Waste Management Advisory Council, SWAMAC, with a term ending April 30th, 2022.
I'll second the motion.
And a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Okay, that's done. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Appreciate your
very
service. Our next item is to consider approval of do I get a video?
He's got a computer.
Consider approval of incoming funds intergovernmental agreement with the Oregon Department of Transportation in the amount of $800,000, of which an estimated $717,840 will be paid with federal funds, and the county will provide $82,160 for preliminary engineering and right-of-way phase for State Street, 4106 State Street to 46th Avenue Improvement Project through October 20th, 2031. Whoa.
Mr. Chair, I just want to point out, you keep saying a movie and it's always a slideshow.
I know, but I think, I just like to imagine.
Okay.
I mean, maybe in his generation, this is a movie.
Well, good point. That's a good point.
Did they have TVs when you were a kid?
It's a presentation.
All right.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, film strips, you know, and you had to just kind of, right.
Right.
Microfish.
Welcome.
Do you, I mean, he did,
I don't know.
I had
I don't
microfiche
know
I
what
think
that
that's,
is.
I think when I say microfish, he's thinking he's going fishing with Sam and he's catching a little teeny fish.
I legitimately have no idea what that is.
I can show you.
Okay.
Ryan, sorry.
No problem. For the record,
We
Ryan,
digress easily.
I'll be up here for a little while today, so. For the record, Ryan Crowther, Marion County Capital Projects Manager, here to talk to you, as you said, about the State Street, 4106 State Street to 46th Avenue project and our agreement with the Oregon Department of Transportation. So this project's located in East Salem, just east of Lancaster Drive. You can see on the map here, the project extends. It starts about a block off of Lancaster. So currently, through this section, you've got one lane in either direction and then shoulders that have bike lanes where you can see pedestrians just use that paved shoulder to travel through the corridor. So this project would include constructing a 12-foot turn lane, continuous turn lane through the section so that people can turn left into driveways or side roads and reduce congestion. Also includes constructing a 6-foot bike lane, planter strips, and a 6-foot sidewalk. We also plan to put in 2 enhanced pedestrian crossings, which you can see the photos of what those would look like. They're called RRFBs, or rectangular rapid flashing beacons. The exact locations will be determined during design. We want to have our traffic engineers really look at where they would be most effective as we move through design. And then finally, we'd construct stormwater conveyance and treatment facilities just as required for the project. So currently, we're only funded through preliminary engineering and right-of-way acquisition. The funding for those 2 phases is $800,000. The county is responsible for 10.27%, or $82,160. There's a federal grant through the Salem Kaiser Area Transportation Study that's funding the rest of the project. We also expect construction to be funded through the next round of SCATS grants. They only fund one, what they call STIP, or State Transportation Improvement Plan, cycle at a time, so this project goes into the next STIP cycle. The current construction estimate is $3,346,500. Our schedule includes design, assuming you approve the IGA, beginning in 2022 and completing in 2025. Right-of-way in 2024 and construction in 2026. One thing I want to note, you guys probably noticed that the IGA goes all the way through 2031. ODOT gives us 10 years for every project we do. We want to finish these projects well in advance of that 10 years. And with that, I'd ask if you have any questions.
I don't have any.
Questions?
On this one.
All right.
My turn?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the incoming funds intergovernmental agreement with the Oregon Department of Transportation in the amount of $800,000, of which an estimated $717,840 will be paid with federal funds. And the county will provide an estimated $82,160 for the preliminary engineering and right-of-way phase for the State Street, 4106 State Street to 46th Avenue Improvement Project through October 20th, 2031.
I second the motion.
No motion and a second. Any further discussion? Good. Jane?
Can I just ask a question I should have asked earlier? Who is in charge of, or who's responsible for doing the right-of-way acquisition?
The right-of-way acquisitions, so Marion County will be responsible for doing the right-of-way acquisitions. We typically contract through a right-of-way professional to actually do the negotiations and appraisals. And so we will have qualified staff assisting us with that from outside the county, but ultimately we are responsible and in charge of that process.
Okay. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. All right, you're still up, right?
I am.
He's
Amendment.
the rest of our thing.
Consider approval of amendment number 1 to intergovernment agreement with the Oregon Department of Transportation to add $864,918.88, of which an estimated $691,689.82 will be paid in federal funds, and the county will provide an estimated $173,229.06 for a new contract total of $2,907,405.13 for vessel and site improvements to both the Wheatland Ferry and the Buena Vista Ferry through September 30th, 2024. My favorite thing to do, cross the river on the ferry.
I'm ready for it to be open again. Just saying.
It is open.
Oh, did it open
Yes.
recently?
It's
It
open
was-
all year round.
It was closed for a few weeks, like 3 weeks or something,
Oh.
in the recent past. I just tried to go recently and it was closed.
Wait.
So,
Which one?
Wheatland.
We closed it for 40 days. With this, actually, this project, this is an amendment, our work that we completed did close that for 40 days. I believe it opened at the end of August is what or
Maybe September?
September.
Brian's shaking his head. I was just trying to go over recently. Anyway, I don't want to
Yes,
distract
We
you.
closed it for,
You can
was it
find out.
dredging or for the, and the maintenance?
It was actually for the beginning of this project, so what really caused it to need to be closed is we improved the ramps. And so to pour concrete, we had to allow that concrete to cure and to basically come to strength. And so we couldn't put the ferry on the concrete for a certain amount of time while we did that. And I've got a picture of that as we go through this, actually.
That's exciting. And before people freak out, you can go on our website to see if it's opened or closed. You don't have to drive out there. You can look.
So, as you guys know, we have 2 locations, the Wheatland Ferry and the Buena Vista Ferry. Wheatland Ferry is north of Kaiser, and the Buena Vista Ferry is south of Salem and Independence, in case anybody needs to see where these are. Our project scope, so this is an amendment to an existing IGA. So the previously funded and improvements that are just almost finished being constructed are procuring and installing generators at both ferries, constructing tie-off dolphins, which are large piles the ferry can attach to at the Wheatland Ferry, and then ramp widening and rehabilitation at the Wheatland Ferry. And you can see that picture to the right with the rebar, and that's small, but you can see them pouring concrete down there at the end. So our ramps were in such bad shape, we needed to actually remove the concrete and re-pour so that we will be able to use those ferries for years to come. And then this amendment adds additional funding for more improvements we weren't able to construct with the original contract amount. So those additional improvements are all going to be at the Wheatland Ferry. And so they're going to be procuring and installing new vessel ramp lifts and steering winch. I've learned what this is. So you can see that picture down to on the lower left. Right now, those ramps are just held by that cable. With these ramp lifts, or what they call linear actuators, they would be able to raise and lower the ramps, and it would help our ferry operators with their work operating these ferries. We'd install hatch covers and lighting, and we plan to construct catwalks on the Marion and Yamhill towers. And you can see that lower right picture shows a tower that currently has a catwalk, so that's what we'd be constructing with the project on towers that do not have that. So the project budget, the original project for this phase 3 work was $2,442,486.25. This amendment adds additional federal funding in the amount of $691,689.82 and a county obligation of $173,229.06 for a new project total of $2,907,405.13. This is a federal program where we get money to improve these ferries, and the match rate, they will pay up to 80% of the projects. So our schedule, because this money has a short turnaround time, we actually have to what we call obligate the money within 3 years of receiving it, is to design the project in 2021 and 2022, assuming you approve this amendment, and construct these improvements in 2023. With that, I'd ask if you have any questions.
I do. Yamhill County, are they participating in this at all?
We
You know,
had
I
asked-
wish I had Brian Nicholas here to answer
All
that
right.
question.
Okay.
We ask this question every time, and the
Well,
answer's always no, Commissioner.
I think we should charge more for Yamhill County residents. Where's the $173, $173,000 is coming out of road funds?
It would be coming out of road funds.
Our, Marion County road funds?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, question.
Well, I don't have any questions. I just want to say I support that Yamhill County should pony up. And I
They
think,
pay something, but it's a small
It's a
percentage.
little amount, yeah.
yeah,
I
I'm
think
curious
it's-
what it is. We'll have to follow up with Brian on what that looks like. I'm actually genuinely curious.
It's interesting if you go out there, and I've been out there in the morning or the evening. The morning, the traffic's coming from Yamhill County.
Right.
In the evening, they're going back to Yamhill County. So it's not Marion County. Never mind, I'm not gonna. Okay. Enough of my soapbox on this issue.
Well, I'm excited for this. I use that ferry often, and the Wheatland Ferry, excuse me, often. I think it's a significant asset to our community. It does all kinds of things that people like, such as reducing emissions, because I don't have to drive for 25 miles to get to my favorite winery. I only have to go 4, because it turns out it's right across the river from my house. And I can actually just park at the park at Willamette Mission Park, my car. Maybe I shouldn't advertise this. Get on the ferry, get across, and walk up to the wineries that are right there. It's better for everybody.
Yeah, I go to that winery out south, so. Hey, generators,
Yes.
why we're here. I know we talked about this years ago about, do we get to generators yet on these things, or where are we? Do you know anything about where we're at with those?
Unfortunately, we purchased the generators, but because of supply constraints at the moment, they are supposed to arrive in December.
Okay, but
we've
they're
been-
on their way.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know this has taken a lot of years to do that. I used to think that we had, in the event of an earthquake, we had, and the bridges went down here, we had ferries that could go across. And then I realized when I took a ferry tour that they were electric, and I went, oh, we're in trouble. Okay, and they gotta go way up because of the flooding too, so.
That's correct.
Yeah, it's gonna change the whole layout, the look of the layout, I think, once they go to install them, right? Yeah, it'll be great.
All right, if we're ready, take a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve amendment number 1 to the intergovernmental agreement with the Oregon Department of Transportation to add $864,918.88, of which an estimated $961,689.82 will be paid in federal funds, and the county will provide an estimated $173,229.06 for a new contract total of $2,907,405.13 for vessel and site improvements to both the Wheatland Ferry and the Buena Vista Ferry through September 30th, 2024.
I second the motion.
And a motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. All right, Ryan, one more. Consider approval of an public improvement agreement with Brown Contracting, Inc. in the amount of $516,120, of which the estimated $475,965.86 will be paid with state funds, and an estimated $40,154.14 will be paid for Marion County Intersections Improvements Project through December 31st, 2022.
All right, as you said, I'm here to talk for the last time, for my last presentation, excuse me, about our Marion County intersection improvements and our construction contract with Brown Contracting. So there's 2 discrete locations for this project. The first is Ellen Road and Butteville Road, and the second is Silverton Road and Brush Creek Drive. So the scope of this project is to improve both of these intersections. This includes constructing advanced warning flashers on the primary roadway, which would be Silverton and Ellen Road. And then along with that, we'll have approach roadway vehicle detection, so the amber flashers on that signage won't actually flash until there's a car approaching the intersection from the side roads, Brush Creek or Butteville, so that it'll give those through drivers really a warning that somebody's approaching that intersection and to be more cautious. We'll have enhanced stop warnings on the approach roadways. That includes, you can see in the picture that the red flashing beacon above the stop sign to get people's attention. And then as well as on Brush Creek Drive, we'll have transverse rumble stripes, which are raised thermoplastic stripes that will alert drivers that they're approaching the stop sign. And then finally, we'll construct intersection lighting to improve visibility at night at these intersections. This project was funded through the All Roads Transportation Safety Grant Program through ODOT. It's funded at 92.22%, so the low bid was received from Brown Contracting, and it was $516,120. The state funding will cover an approximate $475,965.86, and the county is responsible for the remaining $40,154.14. Our schedule, assuming you approve the contract, would be to begin construction and in October and complete construction by December 31st of this year.
Wow.
Great.
This is an important one to keep that corridor safe. It's,
Yeah.
something we've been working
Allen
on for a
Road.
couple of years.
We should probably ask for an update on,
The safety corridor.
the fines and stuff.
The number of
that's going
tickets written for Yamhill County.
on. Yeah,
Maybe that's how we pay for the Wheatland Ferry.
we wish. All right,
Anything else? No?
I'm good.
All
Good.
right. Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the public improvement agreement with Brown Contracting Incorporated in the amount of $516,120, of which an estimated $475,965.86 will be paid with state funds and an estimated $40,154.14 will be paid by the county for the Marion County Intersections Improvement Project through December 31st, 2022.
I second the motion.
And a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ryan, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to see you. Okay, the calendar, I think I read it last week,
Yeah, I'll read it today.
right?
Okay, today's October 20th, Wednesday, 9 a.m. We're in board session, location Senator Hearing Room, first floor, 555 Court Street. And today at 1 p.m., we have a work session for the American Rescue Plan Act funding upstairs, Commissioners Boardroom, 5th floor. And then at 4 p.m. today, we have the FEMA briefing for local officials, Commissioners Boardroom, 5th floor. Tomorrow, the 21st at 8 a.m., we have the Salem Marion County meeting at the Sassy Onion, 1244 State Street. And then Thursday, tomorrow at 9 a.m., we have a work session for economic development update, Commissioners Boardroom, 5th floor, 555 Court Street. And then tomorrow at 1:30, we have a work session for capital projects update at Commissioners Boardroom, 5th floor. And then on Tuesday, the 26th, we have management update, Commissioners Boardroom, 5th floor. Tuesday at 1:30, the 26th, Marion County Housing Authority meeting, Commissioners Boardroom, 5th floor. The 27th, Wednesday, 9 a.m., we're back here for board session, Senator Hearing Room, 1st floor, 555 Court Street. And then Wednesday, the 27th at 1:15, we have a BOC CAO meeting, executive session if needed pursuant to ORS 192.6602A-B-D-E-F-H-I, Commissioners Boardroom, 5th floor. And then finally, on the 27th at 3:30, we have a work session for DHS Reunification Housing Pilot Program, Commissioners Boardroom, 5th floor, 555 Court Street.
All right. Anything, while we're still all together here, anything you're thinking about you want to share?
Nothing today.
I'm going to make a trip this weekend out to Elgin, of all places, Enterprise and Joseph.
Why?
Elk hunting?
I'm going to do a little more leaf peeping.
Leaf peeping, is that
Leaf peeping. No, Vicky's son lives out there. He works at a hatchery, and we're going to go out and visit him. And I haven't been out there in probably, I was thinking I took a raft trip down the Walla River all the way to the Snake River, and that had to be in 1995. I think that's the last time I've been out in that area, and it's so beautiful. It's probably one of the most beautiful places in Oregon as far as, kind of like the Swiss Alps out there, right? So,
Yeah.
well, hopefully I don't run into any snow, because I can't put chains on my car.
Take your truck.
Yeah, it's up at Detroit, and I already came down this morning, so I don't know what I think I'll be fine. but it's
Well, I'm
supposed
really
to-
hoping for snow personally, so I
It's-
hope you can avoid it, and I hope it snows.
Well, didn't I see a picture that Hoodoo opened?
No, Timberline has like, probably, well, last I looked, they had like 12 inches. And they usually get snow way before Hoodoo.
Well, I
It was
thought I
dry
saw,
on
the
Monday when I-
paper, the paper showed Hoodoo, I don't know, they had a picture of Hoodoo and it said 30 inches of snow and they showed people. I passed the paper to you. We know the paper, but
Yeah, I'm like, Nathan just drove through from Bend on Monday.
And it
home
was
from
dry
work.
up
The
on-
whole pass was completely
Dry,
dry.
yeah.
So, I mean, maybe, I don't know, I look at the trip check, I'll have to look. That would be thrilling, if that was the case. I'd be happy to take my Sunday and haul myself up there and get on the snow.
yeah, interesting. So that's what I'm gonna do this weekend. It'll be fun. All right. Do we have anything else? Otherwise, we will adjourn.